First, I want to have an overview of HazardCall. Many of you are familiar with what HazardCall does, but if not, just a reminder that HazardCall is a two-part solution for manufactured housing managers or owners. It has an instant messaging platform that lets you send messages to residents 24/7, and we will send them weather alerts 24/7. It's an automatic weather monitoring that we do in the background. You don't have to do anything to make that work. We'll taking care of that, but you have full control over the messages that you will send to residents. And here are some examples of the kind of messages that we're talking about. On the left is a great example of what I consider to be great customer service. The manager let the residents know that the repair for the water was going to take longer than they anticipated. Up at the top, there's a problem preventing folks from getting in and out of the community. And then at the bottom, a boil water notice that went out. And then on the right, something fun. There's something fun going on in your community, some community activity. These are the kinds of messages that you can send out with HazardCall, and we encourage you to do that. However, I also want to caution you to send the messages judiciously, only when you really need to, because if you send too many messages, your residents will tune out. But you do want them to know that when they get a message from you, it is something important and something that they should definitely read. Now, when it comes to the weather, we do something a little bit different than probably anything else you've ever seen. I live in Fulton County, which is the red highlighted county on the left-hand side of the screen. And whether there is a weather threat that's coming to the top pin drop of the county or the bottom pin drop of the county, most smartphones, most weather radios, and outdoor sirens assume that the threat applies to the entire county. Now, that's really not the case. In most cases, the actual warning is what you see on the right, a small red box. And it really only matters if you're in that box as to whether or not you need to be paying attention to that weather threat. So if you're at the top pin drop, you really wouldn't care about a threat that's at the bottom pin drop location. So with HazardCall, we only alert for threats that are coming to your exact community's location. And when we do that, we'll send a text and an email with a visual so that you can understand what the threat is. We'll also highlight the recommended safety action, because unfortunately in the weather world, we use the same two letters to begin two different words that mean entirely two different things, and that is a watch and a warning. They both begin with WA, but they both mean two very different things. And so we help your residents understand what it is we're sending them, and they get the complete warning information from the National Weather Service so they can read all about it for themselves. Now, if the threat is life-threatening, if what we're monitoring is a life-threatening weather condition, then we will call your residents, and they will receive a pre-recorded phone call in either English or Spanish for any of the 5 conditions you see on the screen. So if it is a confirmed tornado, widespread tornado outbreak expected, 70-mile-an-hour winds and or golf ball or larger size hail, confirmed flash flooding, or if hurricane force winds are imminent, then they will receive a phone call from HazardCall letting them know that.